It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll see Geno Smith. He's been sensational as he leads the league in touchdown passes. It's the Seahawks and the Dolphins coming up next.
With Mount Rainier in the distance, there are few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect day for football at Lumen Field in Seattle. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
In the offense last week, they have things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
Brandon, I know he isn't at the status of some of the elite names in this league, but I do know he's an absolute fighter because he's heard all the criticism. He's read the articles that say he isn't good enough to be the starter, and he absolutely does not care. All he wants to do is prove every doubter wrong and show that he belongs in the...
And right away, he lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
On the ground, this is Devon Achane. And he'll be taken down at the 18. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long. Looking to throw, Thompson. That's going to be caught by Waddle. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession. After last week's loss, you bet this offense probably wanted to come out with a little more fire than a 3-and-out.
And I'm sure that people are saying, hey, come on, Coach, what was the pregame talk? Have these guys ready to go? But you and I both know it goes into preparation and practice and being ready to go. That gives you the confidence to come out and play. They've got to find that fast.
The Seahawks set to go on offense here, and it is the Pro Bowler Geno Smith at quarterback, Charles, in his 12th NFL season.
And he's off to a fantastic start to the season. Already 8 touchdown passes in just his first 2 weeks of the year. Now, I don't think that's a pace he's going to be able to sustain, but at the very least, he's got this offense humming here to start things out.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. He finds Smith and Jigba. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and a couple. Off of play action, here's Smith. He'll buy some time, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Play action. It's Smith. That is caught. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
On 1st and 10, it's Charbonnet. Down at the 35. It'll be 2nd down. The numbers for him from a week ago, 23 carries, 122 yards.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
Smith now to throw. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Geno now to throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on 4th down to punt this one away. Braxton Berrios deep for Miami. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So Miami coming out for their second drive. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now Thompson. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. Thompson looking to throw. He'll dump this off to Achane. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Seahawks very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation of winning that game has to be sky high. In fact, you'd be absolutely stunned to come away with a loss in that one. Could you imagine going to the press conference and trying to explain that?
3rd and 2. They'll send the tight end in motion. Now Thompson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 9. A shotgun snap for Smith. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Geno. Now they go screen. It's complete. 7 yards there on the 1st down screen play.
Good call there on 1st down. And Brandon, I'm getting better over the years at not screaming out screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
And complete to Smith and Jigba. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 14. Out of the gun, Smith. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the Seahawks are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. From the 2, here's 1st and goal. And he'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down. Throwing is Smith. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive goes 8 plays.
And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Well, now how about this return?
And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44. Dolphins offense returning to the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
A little jet sweep to start the drive.
And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Thompson.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. When you talk about this Seahawk defense,
they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation of winning that game is sky high. In fact, you'd absolutely be stunned to come away with a loss.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. On is Jake Bailey to send this one away.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10.
They'll begin here with a run with Charbonnet.
He'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here. So 2nd and 4 from the 22 as they've got it as we resume action.
Now Geno.
Smith and Jigba with a grab.
And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20.
Now 3rd down and 7.
Back to throw, Smith.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 21 yards there on 3rd down.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. And he's got this down to the 35. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Here's Smith. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Here's the give to McIntosh. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Smith. And he rifles one incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5.
So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Dolphins offense returning to the field.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
Thompson now. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. From the gun, it's Thompson.
And going deep for Hill. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So a change of possession here on the punt. As Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added onto their lead, but that was a drive that was so long it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Again, it's Charbonnet. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 45 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game. They'll fake it. Now Smith.
His throw is going to be incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
So he gets too far beyond the line, and that's an easy call for the official.
Still 2nd down.
On the give, here's Charbonnet.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
And they'll accept that penalty.
Now it's Smith.
This ball caught by McIntosh.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Now Smith. That's caught over the middle by Fant. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, of that marker.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. 4 minutes to play here in quarter number 2.
Play action here. Thompson. This will be caught. It's Waddle.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down.
A promising sign there from an offense that hasn't done a whole lot to this point. Nice job to locate the open receiver. And it's good yardage and a 1st down to open the drive.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Waddle, the motion man right. Thompson. Throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
Well, certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now.
And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. In motion, Hill.
Thompson fakes a handoff. Now going to throw it. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Thompson going to throw it.
That's complete to his running back, Wilson. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
2nd down and a yard. Here's Thompson.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half. But the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Thompson looking to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Another catch there for Waddle.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Sticking with Thompson here. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Now Thompson. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Now it's Thompson.
Touchdown! Jalen Waddle, his first touchdown of the new season.
And the Dolphins are on the board here in the final minute of the first half.
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Zach Charbonnet and his teammates back to the field for another drive.
And no doubt he's come out of the gate strong. Only in week 3, and you see the numbers thus far.
And we always talk about identity, setting a tone, you know, getting the groundwork laid for the season or for a game. And that's what they've done with the running game so far. It reminds me of when I first went to the University of Tennessee. And believe it or not, I was a quarterback for a day and a half. And the first practice session, the first play we ran was 28 pitch, which is a toss sweep. And I remember the offense coordinator saying, that's our identity, that's our bread and butter, that's the basis of our offense. We got to get that down right here, right now. I think we're seeing some of that in this running game here.
So did you not get that down, and that's why you were moved to the defense, or what?
I don't know for that reason, but I do know I saw a couple of guys throw, and immediately they were saying, you know, you need to learn how to backpedal.
Hey, you turn into a heck of a DB, though, partner.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll start up at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Breece Hall, well over 100 yards on the ground with a pair of touchdown runs. From there, let's head over to Minneapolis to check on the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Houston Texans. Sam Darnold, 3 touchdown passes as his guys stay unbeaten on the year. Lastly, let's get to Pittsburgh to check on the Steelers at home in Acrisure Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting LA Chargers. Najee Harris, a touchdown run in the victory. It was a former comeback player of the year, Geno Smith, who was sharp in the first half. He had a touchdown pass in that first half, helping his guys to a halftime advantage.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I liked what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
And they'll give here to Charbonnet on the option.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
59 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they're leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up second down. Out of the gun, Smith. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 43. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 43. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. To the air again, Smith. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And now a handoff to Charbonnet. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo sack. Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. Here we go on 4th. Smith. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. On the toss to Charbonnet. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And Charbonnet once again. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Jalen Phillips picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Jalen Waddle, the speedster wide receiver, brings out this offense. Defensively, they didn't have an answer last drive. They're going to have to do something here. 5 catches alone on the previous series, a touchdown too.
And you and I both know that defensive coordinators tell us all the time, we don't wait for halftime for adjustments, things of that nature, right? We adjust series to series. Well, I think sometimes you need to adjust play to play because that last series, he absolutely shredded them. I've got to send more people his way and make someone else beat me on the next drive if I'm the defense.
They've got to do something. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Right back to Jalen Waddle for another catch. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be 2nd down. Hill going to go in motion right. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Throw caught by Achane. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. And out now come the Seahawks. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And they'll start on the ground with Charbonnet.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Now Geno. Flushed out right. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Well, that turned out better than most of the passes he could have thrown on that snap. The coverage downfield was excellent, but the containment close to home left him a backdoor escape, and they paid dearly for not locking up.
Off of play action, here's Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Seahawks are able to add on to that lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Now Myers for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Dolphins ready to take over on offense. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Motion man is Berrios. And the drive starts with a run from Achane. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Devin Witherspoon takes him down defensively. We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now. And his throw here is incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Off the play fake, it's Thompson. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. The Seahawks offense and Geno Smith headed back out for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Smith now to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times, tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. Miami's offense set and ready to go. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
completes it to the tight end, Smythe. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Looking to throw, Thompson. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. Here's Williams to return. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
We'll get that to Charbonnet.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. Here's Smith. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Geno.
This ball caught by McIntosh.
So nothing doing there, and that's going to make it 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And here comes Berrios.
It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5, and it'll be Dolphin football.
Miami set to take over. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Now Thompson. That is incomplete.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got them this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
Over the middle and complete to Waddle.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Derek Hall in there that time to get him to the turf.
Even keeping the back in for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 68 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times. Right back to him on first down. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Play action. It's Smith. He'll find Metcalf. So no gain on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
Now here's Michael Dixon as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out. Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty. Running right, here's Achane. And he'll have a Dolphins first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Here's Thompson. They complete it to Hill.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a 1-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Now they'll send Waddle in motion left. Thompson going play action here. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he's got this down to the 35. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. In motion, Hill. Back to the ground, Achane. Down to about the 32. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Now this airmail to the sideline. It's incomplete. And there don't appear to be any flags forthcoming. Maybe a little fortunate there. It's 3rd down. And he'll get this into the hands of Braxton Berrios. And he'll be taken down shy of the 25 that he needed. He'll be a yard or 2 short. So a big one coming now for Jason Sanders. This a 43-yard attempt. Sanders' kick is good. And they're back within a touchdown at 17-10. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Seahawks offense and running back Zach Charbonnet set for this next possession. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
And they'll run on 3rd down with Charbonnet. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal doesn't help them much. Play action here. Thompson. They'll let this go deep for Waddle. They've got his man complete. And he'll be touched down to the end, but a big play on that one.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Thompson going to throw it. On target over the middle to Hill. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. This is caught by Waddle. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 15-yard line.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
This is 1st and 10. A give, running right, Achane. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now Thompson. And he'll get inside the 10, but he's short of the line he needed.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. Thompson, desperation time. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Well, the D brought the house. They called the blitz, and they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the O-line.
And Was that called before the play, or did they audible into it? Because defenses change plays as well as offenses. Sometimes they get the set they want. They go right to the blitz, and in this case, they nailed it. Got right to the quarterback. No chance on that fourth down.
We got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down. Up to the 20. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming.
Now run by Charbonnet.
Brought down around the 16 or 17. Showed some tough running, but couldn't free much space. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45.
The Dolphins offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. Here's Thompson. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
To the sideline and incomplete.
So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for the Seahawks, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they'll fall to 1-2, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.